Guys, welcome to the Drunk Ass Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, West.
Hi, I'm CJ.
And this is our premiere pilot episode of our new podcast. We're recording this both for audio only and video. So if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, you're watching the video. So this is going to be, I guess, new show. We wanted to try something fresh and new for 2017.
Yeah, definitely.
And, podcasts seem to be all the rage. And I thought this would be a good way for us to address what's going on in gaming a bit more efficiently, but then also give us an opportunity to talk about stuff that's going on in current events, like stuff that's happening in gaming culture and pop culture.
Yeah.
So kind of broaden out what we can talk about.
We're not going to talk politics or anything.
Actually, this is going to be super political. We're going to get into it. Yeah, today we're going to figure out where we stand on abortion.
World hunger.
So we're going to get that going today.
Great.
Analyze the legitimacy of religion. So we'll talk about that a little bit.
Talk about how The Rock is running for presidency at 2020.
You think that's going to happen?
Dude, he signed for it. Didn't you see the news for it? Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see.
Could you imagine? Would you vote for him?
Hell yeah. Why would you not?
I mean, if the host of The Apprentice is president,
yeah,
it can be anyone. Literally, you and I could run for president one day now.
I think we should.
All right. So this...
I'm not illegal, so...
CJ's barely legal.
Barely legal.
So I thought this would be a good format since it's not heavily produced or heavily edited, so it gives us the opportunity to get in, talk about some stuff and put the content out there. So this, depending on how this goes, the idea is that we're probably going to put Gaming Update on ice for a little while. I mean, unless it sucks, in which case we'll never do this again.
Yeah, right.
But I thought this is a good way, just so many things happened at E3, and I didn't have time to sit down and write out an entire script for Gaming Update and shoot it and write out a scene for you to get in. But I thought if we could just sit down and just talk about what's going on.
Yeah, let's go for it.
That'd be an easier way. Okay, so
perfect.
First up, we're going to talk about what we've been playing lately. So CJ, what video games have you been playing lately?
So as of now, I've been playing Xbox One. I've been playing Final Fantasy 15. I picked that up it was a pretty good price. It was on sale, so I wanted to check it out, kind of see what was going on with it.
How do you like it?
Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's
that's the one with the guys with their little emo haircuts running around.
Yeah, basically it's like a camping trip for Final Fantasy. In order to save and stuff, or in order to level your character up, you have to go camping, or you have to sleep at a motel. I swear to God, I'm not making this shit up.
You can't save it otherwise?
Well, you can save, but I mean to upgrade your guy or to gain level.
What's the point of the plot? Because I've been watching. I've seen some gameplay footage of that, and everything's so I've seen everything from fishing to fighting dinosaurs, and they're driving on Route 13.
Yeah, basically with it, what your plot is. So you play this little prince, Lord Farquaad. This sounds name, but he's just I don't know. It
reminds you of him.
Yeah, definitely. It's basically you're the prince. You're in an arranged marriage to get to places to become one in peace, and then something happens where these magic guys, I forgot their names, basically they kill your father, and then the whole idea is you are trying to avenge your father and then take over. You're taking over as the prince, or as the king, I should say. And so there's little caves and stuff you explore. They have what they call it's basically royal weapons that take your health when you use them down, but they're also they're OP'd weapons.
So they hurt you as you use them?
As you use them.
That's funny.
Yeah, which it's a good idea. And
Dark Souls had stuff like that. They had a samurai sword that you could use, I think it was, but it would slowly drain your health as you use it.
But it was probably good weapon, right?
Decent, yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. So you sacrifice out that. One of the characters, so each character does something special. The main prince guy, his foray to being a prince or a king now is to go fishing, which it's ridiculous. So, and I know E3 announced a VR fishing game for this.
I saw that.
Ridiculous. Jesus, Bassmasters, why not?
You doing a bit right now, CJ?
No, I'm not doing a bit.
What's the deal with all this VR?
So I don't know. And another one is a cook, and he's my weakest character. So he goes into battle and he gets his ass fucking handed to him.
Do you switch between the different characters?
Nope, you play as the prince and they all fight while you're fighting.
Oh, okay.
So what's cool though is you can you can do combo moves. They're called linked moves. So the cook, he has a weapon, javelin. So he goes at him, and then I can do something special where I can do warp points. So it's like it's a cool idea. Like I just want Final Fantasy VII. So I don't know why Square Enix isn't just pushing it.
You're like a longtime Final Fantasy fan, right?
Yeah, I love
playing it since.
Yeah, I've been playing since I have the first one for the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. Whatever that one was, the Crystal Shards. I've been playing since ultimately 3, which was actually a higher number in Japan.
How do you feel this stacks with the series?
It's good. It's its own game. I don't know. Like one of the emo kids is like a photographer. And I'm like, I don't know if I have time for you to take pictures of me while I'm fucking slaying down a beast. I get the idea, but like,
just getting really close on you.
If I'm going to do that, I'm going to go out with a camera and walk outside and take pictures of real shit instead of video game shit. Although I won't see a dragon or anything.
Is that part of the game? You have to go around and take pictures?
Yeah, then that's it. And like the last guy's a survivalist. He's a big guy. So like the more you walk in game instead of using your car, the more that level goes up. So you're able to find more things and all that. It's a good game. It's I don't know. Ever since like Final Fantasy, I would say after 13, where they started, where they're like, it's all right, do whatever you want. Or like the one Final Fantasy that was on the Xbox that was like literally a movie. Like, I don't know. I just don't get into that. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm scared of Final Fantasy 7. So if they do, the run away. Yeah, if they run away with it, I know it's going to be a lot of people are pissed off because they're cutting it from one game to multiple games.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
they're splitting it up over multiple games.
So I don't know. It could be good or it could be bad.
Because are they adding content?
Yeah, well, no, it's going to be pretty much a remake. So instead of like it being a 3-disc game like on the PlayStation 1, it's going to go down to like, it's going to be a cliffhanger ending, which I get it, I understand it, but they better not fuck it up because this is cliche. This is like my favorite. It's my favorite one.
Fuck with my favorite.
And I know people right now are going to be like, "Oh, that's your favorite one?" Like, "Oh, how typical." But I like that. Yeah. I also, if you want to talk about, I like Final Fantasy VIII. So, and people hated that game. I thought it was great.
Is that the one with Titus?
No, that's the one with what was his face? Basically Lionheart there. Squall.
Oh, is that with the gun sword, right?
The gun sword.
The only one I ever played was
there's Quistis
the one with Titus. The guy that's like hitting the ball around underwater.
No, Final Fantasy X. That was a good one.
I didn't get all the way through. I only put I rented it back when that was a thing. I only put a few hours into it. I never got around to finishing it. All right, CJ. What have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. So I don't even know if I've ever mentioned this on the channel, but I'm like a huge Overwatch player. I'm pretty big in Overwatch. I'm not that good, but I'm really into it. So I've been playing a lot of that lately. Have you gotten around to playing that game yet?
Nope.
No? Not one of the cool kids.
It's all right. I played it when it was called Team Fortress 2. So.
Oh Jesus.
Or Team Fortress.
Controversy.
I know, right? It's the same idea.
You and the 3 people still playing that game.
I still
really
play
appreciate
it.
that you said that.
I would say more than 3 people. It's got a good following.
I think if we sat you down, I think if you sat down and played the game, I think you'd really like it.
I almost bought it
because I like it because it's like, and I used to play a lot of FPSs like Halo and stuff. What I like about Overwatch is that every time you come across an enemy, like the way that they can attack you and the way that they move is completely different. Like each person is so unique. So it's not just like Halo where you're like just trying to shift back and forth and wiggle around and like trying to pop off that shot first. Like you can come across someone and the way that you go around taking them down is completely different for each person, for each different character.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So I like it a lot.
That's cool. I like that. I was playing. I'll probably like that game. Another really weird game is ARMS for the Switch. Like that game's ridiculous. I don't own a Switch, but the games I played of it, like that game's ridiculous.
That game looks cool.
It's cool. It is out. Okay. It's like Punch Out, but with weird springy arms and shit.
More fetish stuff.
So yeah, more fetish stuff.
More fetish
bondage.
Guys, let's get into gaming news.
All right, so what do you want to talk about first?
I got some things out of E3. So we didn't. We're kind of late to the ball on this one, but
that's all right.
Obviously, a lot of news came out on E3, so I thought we could touch over some of the bigger announcements, or at least the announcements that meant most to me, coming out of E3. So first up, we got Shadow of Colossus is coming out on the PS4. It's a complete remake, and apparently it's coming with like optional new controls.
Really?
Did you play the original of that game?
Yeah, I have it. I have it on the PlayStation 2, and then I have the remade version of it. So It's, it was cool. I like it. I like the fact that it's not just boss fights, but you actually climb colossi. I
first played that. I think I'm a casual when I first played it, like the HD edition on the PS3, because they already remastered this once and put it out on the PS3, so now they're doing it again. But according to them, it's a remake, so they're building it from the ground up.
Ground up again, yeah.
And they're gonna. I went back and I tried to play on the PS2, and the controllers were so janky.
Yeah,
I'm happy to hear that they're going to give you the option to use new controls, but if you don't like that, you can opt into using the original controls scheme.
The new HD remake for the PS3 was similar like that. A lot of people say that Shadow of the Colossus is like it's a Legend of Zelda, but on the PlayStation with the how and like if you ever played Zelda, you get into the boss fights and they're epic. Yeah, like that's why people love that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was good.
It's like I liked Zelda on cocaine.
I picked it up for like $5 at where was it? It was $5 brand new at Five Below, and I was like, "What?"
Oh,
for PlayStation 2? Yeah, hell yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's weird. You have to go in there. Sometimes they have good stuff, and then sometimes I'm like, "Yeah." They have like DS games, Wii games, and if you're looking for obscure stuff for $5, why would you not? You know,
that's a great game.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Age of Empires Definitive Edition is coming to the PC in 4K. You ever play this game?
Yeah, I played
the original
like Age of Empires.
This was like one of the first video games that I ever really got into. So my roots in gaming, I guess, started out on PC. And one of the games I really got into was Age of Empires. I was only like 10 or 11 when this game came out.
So you were just finding out about masturbation then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
I would alt tab from Age of Empires to hardcore porn, pornography. My mom would come in the room and I'd be like,
Age of Empires.
I was so into Age of Empires. It was so nerdy that when my mom would step in the room, I'd alt tab over to pornography.
Oh, nice. Yeah, right. You're like, oops. Yeah, I have to be.
Because that's easier to explain than my love for Age of Empires.
Age of Empires. Ooh,
Mom,
thunder.
I'm conquering room. Yeah, dude, it looks crazy outside. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to get a tornado warning.
Supposedly they said flash flooding. So
are you serious?
Ridiculous. Yep, so we might go underwater. That's fine, though.
All right, next up is the Xbox. So Project Scorpio has been revealed as the Xbox One X. How do you feel about this?
Oh, my God. Dude, consoles, people, let's start just like, I don't know, make a console and then just with it. Pisses me off. Like, for fuck's sake, they just, like, Xbox One has been out. I know we want to move to new consoles and bigger and better things. Xbox just came out like 4 or 5 years ago. Yep. Okay, so I get that we want to do a 7-year, like, stint for how long the console is, but, like, the way that this shit's going where we're making new consoles, why would I just not make a PC? That's what I'm going to do, because you know what? I can play everything that these will do, but better.
I think a lot of people feel that way, and I think this is the kind of thing that's going to push more people towards PC. I jumped in that
bandwagon Master Race, like 2 years ago.
So the Master Race,
the Reich of PC.
Right, yeah.
Well, and that's my thing is it's just like they're always trying to do something new, and it's like I get what like they said what the Xbox X, you can play Xbox games and that the backwards compatibility.
Well, they said that like you can use it plays Xbox One games, and they announced that it's like compatible with Xbox One as if that's some kind of feature.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if they came out with the Xbox One X and they're like, well, it doesn't work. It doesn't play any games other than the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
It's like, no shit, it plays Xbox One games.
Here, PlayStation, do me a favor and just, I don't know, get the PlayStation 5, because that's the new thing online that you're seeing is PlayStation 5 because they want to compete with the One X.
Yeah.
If PlayStation wants to blow me away, make it so I can play my PlayStation fucking 2 games in the new PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because if I can have a console that'll stream from PlayStation 1, go all the way up, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and then, of course, PlayStation 5, I'll buy that console in a heartbeat.
I think that's what they're trying to do with the PlayStation Now, is to get that kind of functionality, but it's all online streaming.
But
you don't want to pay $10 or $15 a month.
I have all these games
that you already have.
I already own them, exactly.
Yeah,
if that's how you want to do that, then you should be able to pop in the game into there. And even if it can't read the disc or recognize it, there should be some part of code that would at least let you know what the name of the game is. So then it would know that you had that game to download, and then you could download to it. I would be fine with that. I wouldn't be as mad. But the fact that I could get this PlayStation whatever now, I get the idea behind it. Oh yeah, get everything to your fingertips. Don't have to buy them. But if you're like me and you like having those games physically, like it's like a big thumb in the ass, man.
Jesus.
I know. PlayStation.
Phil Spencer just.
Yeah, and they don't even like spit on it. They just go for it.
So I was surprised to see that people weren't as stoked on this as I thought they were going to be. Because when it first came out, I mean, it is the most powerful console on the market right now.
Yeah.
Besides PCs, but for console, it is the most powerful. Like it beats the
One X. Yeah, because
PS4 Pro out.
Well, and that's
they even made if you watch the live stream of it, they made everyone in the audience wear a shirt that says something like, "I witnessed the unveiling of the most powerful console in the world," or something like that. It said it on the front and the back of their shirts.
Obviously, they don't understand that a PC is still considered kind of a console, but can do more.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, because of this, I'm just going to build a computer. Nah, dude.
Yeah,
I could spend what's the price tag? $500.
$500, yeah.
$500 for $500, I could get a shell of a PC that would play everything I want to play, like all the older stuff. And then I can just upgrade out. I put in $1,000 and I can have something that would run circles over that console.
Yeah, I put like $2,000 into my PC because I did this, like, for people that know PC, I did this X99 super enthusiast chip build with like the highest end graphics card that was out at the time, which is the GTX 980. And now that card is 2 years old now, but it can still like pretty much beat out or work match whatever the Xbox One X is.
Unless you get like the 10
years ago.
What is the newest GTX? It's like
now
1080
it's like a GTX
or 1070.
There's a 1080 Ti.
1080 Ti, which
they go 980, 980 Ti, 1080 Ti.
That thing's like fucking beast, dude. Yeah. I've seen the specs for that. That'll play everything.
You put that in your PC, it'll fuck your sister.
It will literally get up and just become a transformer.
You work for me now.
You work for me now.
So, but then also I was thinking like, all right, so I mean that's cool that they just put out this like super beefy console.
I get it.
But if you think about, or at least for me, like if I thought about every game that I'm excited that's going to come out in the next like year or two, it's all PlayStation exclusive stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like Last of Us, Ace Combat's coming out. Like it's all in the so they're gonna have. I think it's too little, too late. I think they're gonna come out with a more powerful system, but like all the good games are going to PlayStation. So I don't think it's gonna matter. Just
like everything else, PlayStation usually hits. I will tell you though, Nintendo, man, I really want to switch. I know. And that's the one thing that's keeping me on Nintendo when it comes to buying a new system is because even though like people are like, oh, it's not as powerful as PlayStation. If you're a hardcore gamer, you want to go Xbox or PlayStation. The Nintendo, even though it tries being gimmicky, it still draws me in on ideas.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they've
cool. Made their whole foundation is like they're not putting out, at least nowadays, they're not putting out the most powerful hardware.
Yeah, they don't want to.
They're putting out some of the most engaging, fun games.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Rayman, Raving Rabbids meets Mario. Like I was like,
are you stoked on that?
I was like, what the fuck is this game? That's awesome.
I see the developer that was like crying in the crowd.
Yeah,
it's like my work has come to life.
I put Rabbids in there. Woo!
Next up, we got the new God of War trailer came out. Do you see that?
No, I didn't.
Let's watch that.
Perfect. And then you can overlap this in. Nice. I like it. Only on PlayStation.
This we got to be careful with this because this might cause the video to get claimed. So I thought they were going to call it like God of War 2 or what would it be? God of War 4?
What is this? Somebody like a big giant Colossus that's on fire?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Why don't I just create these games?
Got a sweet beard.
Are you gonna do it?
Talking to you, boy.
It's like I'll show you what I've done.
You want to catch these hands? See ya.
So like a really cool fun story about this game too, or about God of War franchise. So when I was in college, we went out to California, and I was able to get into Sony because we know people there. My professor at the time, she had really good connections. We went into Sony, and I got to see the intro to God of War 3 before they even did it, and it was an undeveloped one. So like when the tornado was hitting and all that, it was all pencil drawn for that portion.
Oh, that's cool,
dude. So I knew about like God of War like when 3 came out before anybody else, and all the people weren't as stoked. And I was like, you guys aren't happy about this? I was like, I'm a fan, and like this tickles my fancy. What do you think about them going to getting out of getting out of Greek mythology or whatever and going into more
Norse.
like a Norse mythology?
I'm so ready for this. I'm actually really stoked on this game right now. Look at that.
So okay, he doesn't have his chains. I like the fact that we got an axe nowadays, but
I think it's pretty cool. I know. I'm ready for something different.
yeah, you know his chains will make an appearance somehow.
Cameo appearance.
No, they'll put them in. They just don't want to show it.
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to be his main thing, the shield and
Axe.
Axe.
Well, if they're going to
guess.
Norse, like that Viking mythology, yeah, I would tell you, yeah.
I mean, how can you not be totally stoked on this?
This game will be cool. I really like God of War. I remember the first one when you got to bang those chicks in the ship. I was like, dude, this is the game. This is it.
This is the game for me.
This is it. You've held my attention at threesome.
You had my curiosity. Now you got my attention.
Attacked by all manner of creature.
So, anyways, basically, it's in Norse mythology.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I didn't get to see it. A little gameplay. I like
So I'm
that.
really excited about that. But it's just like another example of like everything that and I think most people are looking forward to.
Yeah.
Console-wise is coming out on the
As a
PlayStation
difference.
4.
Yeah.
It's really starting to storm outside.
Yeah, it is. I wonder how bad that's picking up.
Check the audio on that. It's probably registered. All right, next up.
Cool. It's cooling it down though. Woo.
Let's see. Bootleg NES classics flooding the market to fill the demand that Nintendo will not.
So
So was this something that you try to get your hand? Because you probably have the original system, right?
yeah, of course.
Did you have any interest in getting this?
So I bought this thing called a RetroPie,
Okay.
or it's a RetroPie, and then basically what it is, and it's off of Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
I don't know, a lot of people probably know it. It's a small computer, so everything that the NES Classic can do, my RetroPie can, but better. I use this thing called a track mode with mine,
Yeah.
so it looks like an arcade and it shows video clips and all that. So if you look at anything with a track mode through RetroPie, dude, my system I made for my arcade cabinet blows us out of the water, because not only can I play NES, I can play anything. I play Sega CD games. I can play
I think that's
games.
probably what these things are. Is that people are just like buying a bunch of Raspberry Pis or doing their own kind of
Exactly.
like homebrew thing, slapping it in a plastic box,
and then
selling
send it
on the market.
out. Yeah, you can.
I don't understand why. Like Nintendo was just shooting themselves in the foot because they had something that people really wanted. They limited the supply,
It's because
then
it's-
I think they stopped producing these.
It's-
Right?
yeah,
they
they
just
did.
stopped, and
Yeah,
they knew
because
that people
that
wanted them, and
SNES.
they just stopped making them.
No, it's because Nintendo's smart business sense wise. I know people will disagree with this comment, but I will tell you right now, if I was Nintendo, I'd do the same thing. They don't oversaturate the market to where it's becoming crazy.
Yeah.
Like they put out what they can and then they pull it back.
But they're losing for every.
I know. Well, then
bootleg
you
one
have
that
like
sells,
this.
then they're losing money.
So they already announced when it comes to like the new SNES Classic that this is going to be something that they're going to have more of.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you,
I got skeptical eyes on that.
I know a lot of people bitched about it, but guess what? If you really want something that'll play all those games, just
make it
build a
yourself.
Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
That's what I have. I love it. And there's so many different people out there. You can even go into Etsy and people make custom images on DVD. They'll do all the groundwork where all you do is pop it in a computer, put it to a micro SD card, and then go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's CJ's advice: become a pirate.
I'm not a pirate. I own most
You already
of these
are.
games. Arr.
That is true though. You do own like all these games.
Plus, my system would beat the hell out of all the rest of them, so why not?
Next up, Oculus Rift is it's taking its second price cut since its release. So it's been it came out first for $5.99, I think.
Holy shit.
Dropped down to $4.99. Recently, it's been dropped down to $3.99.
Well, actually, Oculus started out at like $700.
So the articles. You think we should close the windows?
Yeah.
There's no way the microphone isn't picking up all that rain.
Yeah, probably. Oh, and it's. Listen to how nice, like, the audio is that gets cut out of there.
So all right. So the article says Oculus cuts Rift price for second time this year, now $399 with touch, which I assume the touch are the
hand
touch
pedals.
pads. It kind of sounds like you get a price cut if you let Palmer Luckey touch you.
Yeah, well, dude, when they first came out they were like $700. Have you ever messed with one?
No. Have you?
Yes.
We did the Google VR and stuff, but you played with the Oculus?
I had a guy,
really?
yeah, so I was able to demo out one on their show demo. They had like a T-Rex, so there's one like night at the museum where like you hear like a T-Rex roar, and like of course you're like, oh, looking around. Then out of the corner you see a T-Rex come through, kind of look at you, and you're like, oh shit,
You're
T-Rex.
scared.
And it like walks over you, and like it was so cool because the T-Rex walks over you, and I felt like I wanted to do one of these because I was like, whoa. And that thing like looks at you and then growls. Another one that really got me was I do a tech demo where you go up into like a city, and you're like at the size of an Empire State Building or one of the taller buildings in New York City.
Oh, you're looking down.
And it's at night, and then you can walk out onto this little platform, and then you look around, and when I looked down, I got vertigo, dude.
Oh, really?
Like I felt like I was going to fall.
That's
I
crazy.
literally like went like this to find something to brace myself because I thought, so the sense is, it's cool what it does. $399 more.
It's getting affordable.
Yeah, exactly, because $399 gets you the PlayStation VR.
So that's what's happened is that the PlayStation's undercutting everyone with this cheaper VR system, and that's going to force Oculus
These
Rift
people.
and the Vive and stuff to match the price. So it's good. It's good. This is why it's good to have competition in the
Fine
industry.
and dandy with that, because the Oculus Rift will do more than what the PlayStation will do.
Are you interested? Do you think you're going to go in for one of these at some point?
Eventually, yeah. Just
Which
for
one do you think you're going to do?
So if I make a PC, I'm gonna just do the Oculus.
I think I do. Yeah, the Vive or the Oculus.
Yeah. I'll tell you though, if the PlayStation cuts down, if they cut the price down for the PlayStation, let's say they go down to like, I know this is like, if they go to $299, if they take it to $100 less, or even $250, I'd say $250
For the PlayStation VR.
$249.99, I'll buy it.
I really like I really like Ace Combat a lot. I'm pretty sure I'll have to double check on that. I think that's coming. If it's coming out on the PS or if it's coming out on the PC, then I'm going to play it on that. But if it's a PlayStation exclusive and the PS and it's like a PS VR exclusive, then that might be the right.
That's the seal of the deal.
That's like the ideal. That's like the best way to do VR.
I just want it
inside
for
of a cockpit of an airplane.
I want for if I got the reason why I want PlayStation VR would be if I got I would buy it for Resident Evil 7. Everybody that I've talked to, and if you watch a show, you saw us play it. Everybody that I've talked to on that said that is ridiculous. So like there's a part where millipedes are falling on you when you're crawling through this thing, and you actually feel like you need to be like
you're in Fear
wipe that
Factor.
out. Yeah, right.
Joe Rogan style. Joe, get out of here.
Get out of here! Quit throwing millipedes in my mouth.
So Pokemon Go has been out for a year now, and millions of people are still playing it. Did you ever? You played that game when it came out, right? A year ago.
Yeah, I played it.
Are you still checking it out?
Nah, man. It was cool. I like the idea, and it's great to get like these little chubby kids to start walking and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, let's face it, I'm a chubby kid. If I had that, I might not be chubby now.
You played it more?
Yeah, it would have been skinnier. So this could have been a lot different.
All right, chubby kids, CJ's putting you on notice.
But I don't know, man. It's like a good idea, and I do like it. And there's everybody that loves Pokemon. I got a lot of friends that play it, so I think they should keep doing the updates and everything, and keep people interested. It is a cool game.
It's better, yeah. So I played it for a few weeks when it came out originally. I played it for the summer. I think like a lot of people stopped playing it during the fall and winter.
Yep.
And then this summer I booted it back up and kind of got back into it.
It's cool.
It's better now because it's like when it first came out, it was just like Pidgeys and Rattatas or whatever all over the place. And now they've added the next gen Pokemon, the Johto or Koto or whatever.
Koto region.
Koto region.
Or Johto. Yeah, so
Whatever.
like
so
off
now you have like the 200 and whatever Pokemon. So it's a lot better now.
See, that's cool, man.
And they added stuff like the way they do gym battles changed up, so it's a little bit. I think it kind of screws over people that have been playing the game for a long time. But the gym battles are like easier for newbies to get into now.
Oh, that's good.
And now they have raids, so like you can team up with a friend and go like fight like a mega Pokemon together. Which is, I haven't done it yet, but that's that's what I'm excited about.
They used to have something like this called, I feel like it started with an R, but you would there were little areas on a map. It's like geocaching. If anybody's ever done geocaching, if you like Pokemon Go and you've never done geocaching, you should do that. One summer, do you know what geocaching is?
I used to do it all the time.
Yeah, one summer, me and my brother took a gun, one of those military gun boxes. We had an extra one of, and we did our own one, and people came in with a notepad and they signed everything, and it was cool. It was next to a river, and we went back to it periodically throughout the year. And then what's really neat about that is you take something and leave something. And we had and you can buy little things to track it to where it goes. And we had one of our things that we had in there go to Georgia. So
oh, wow.
It's cool. The idea behind that is awesome. So if you like Pokemon Go, which it's, I get that you get to catch Pokemon, but do geocaching. You actually get physically something in your hand.
Yeah.
You might even get a rat if you wanted to. It might not be a Rattata, but
you can find a live
dead rat or a dead rat.
Next up, Nintendo's SNES Classic.
Oh,
so I guess we kind of already talked about this. So they're saying that they're going to put out more of them this time. They're not going to have the stock issues that they had with the NES Classic, but they also said that about the Nintendo Switch.
Look at how the Switch, it's still hard. Yeah, they are a lot easier than what the Wii U was, or the Wii, even the Wii. I remember when the Wii came out.
It was hard to get.
That was I had a better shot of hitting the Powerball, and then all my dead relatives getting up out of the grave and coming to shake my hand. Yep, exactly.
You did it.
You did it. You got the Powerball. I'm a zombie black.
So again, I don't know.
It's cool. I love it. The game's the biggest thing that draws me to that is that it has Star Fox 2. Do you know anything about Star Fox 2?
No.
Let me enlighten you.
Okay, here we go.
So Star Fox 2 was a game that it was towards the end of the life of the Super Nintendo. Uh-huh. So they were getting to the idea of the N64. Project 64 was getting ready to roll out. So they never released the Star Fox 2 because they didn't want people to think that it was associated with how their 3D games were going to be on the N64.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's to a less powerful hardware. So they never released Star Fox 2. The only way that you got to play it back in a while when people first discovered there was a Star Fox 2 was you had to download a ROM and stuff. What's nice about the SNES Classic is that's one of the included games in.
So it's preloaded on there.
So it's preloaded cool. on there. So
you have the means and the wherewithal to set that up yourself. Anyways.
Yeah, I could do that anyways. So that's why the interest for me to get one of these isn't there.
I'd rather just have all the stuff, and I think most of it is you just play it on a Switch or the Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, if you do the download. Yeah. And that's my thing. It's cool, and I love the idea behind it. But if you're like me, I already have most of those games except Star Fox.
Yeah.
And I played a copy of Star Fox. I just downloaded the ROM.
I'm a fucking pirate.
I'm a pirate. I don't care. It's not like I'm selling them. That's where you get in trouble is when you sell these games or you make those copies and sell them. But I do them just to check it out, something that I can do. I won't download a ton of games. I just download the ones I have so I don't have to really deal with the cartridge. Plus, if you get a disc-based game and it's scratched, no scratches on that.
Yeah.
So it's helping me keep my games in kind of pristine order.
Okay. Cool. So that's it for gaming news. So next, we're going to get into current events. Ready for that?
Yeah, sure.
So this is where we talk about, this is where we talk about what's going on in the world that's not necessarily video game related, but just fun and interesting. Basically, I Googled weird news and I just pulled up some recent stories.
So if I see dong, then I'm not going to be...
So, yeah, some of this is just straight up hardcore porn.
Yeah, I believe it.
Just so you know. Whoop.
We know Germans. We know they love their beer. If you thought Oktoberfest was big, Germany is actually constructing, an underground beer pipeline.
You see that? They're making a pipeline.
They're hosting a metal music festival.
That's just for beer.
And it's routing beer to a metal music festival.
It is over 4 miles long. It can pour
So if you were me in my piratey ways, I'd find where they're digging that up.
Drill a
hole in there and then make my own my own tap.
The pressure just completely dives off.
Carson Daly's on this.
Get a life.
Dude, do you remember TRL Live? I remember that. Where
I think that guy still has a show.
it's like at 4 in the
literally,
morning.
like he has as many viewers as we do on this podcast, but he's on air. They still keep him on air. The Carson Daly
Because
show.
it's Carson Daly.
Because
he's so extreme. Right. So a beer pipeline, I definitely.
So I guess this is a mini segment where this is beer news, right?
Nice, I like it.
Here's the next one. Holiday Maker goes to extreme lengths to keep a hold of his beer on flight by checking it in. So this guy wanted to bring a beer with him to wherever he was going, so he like checked it in as luggage on his flight.
Whoa.
And it worked. Like it came through on the baggage checkout.
Do you know how much that would cost? Per bag, it's usually $50.
Did they say what kind of beer it is?
Yeah, an export.
Export Western Australia.
Like, cool idea. I like that idea, but...
Yeah, can you imagine being the baggage handler? It's like, why the fuck is this can of beer coming
Why
through?
is he spending $50 for a can of beer?
Why did this guy pay $50 to have his beer can flown out, but then he left his child? I feel like the subtitle of this should be like, incidentally, child was left at the airport.
Left behind. Yeah, right? Dude, that's stupid. Like, I don't know. People like that, they give me, an alcoholic, a bad name. Like... That's it. I would never check. I like drinking. I do. I like drinking, but I would never check that.
What's wrong with bringing it on the flight?
Yeah, right? Why don't you just chug it out before you get on the flight?
It's one. Really. If this was like a keg of beer or like a 6-pack, I feel like that make more sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he just did it for the sake of saying that he could do it.
Yeah. Nah. To each is his own, I guess.
All right. Next up, we got. Let's see how well this loads. Beachgoers form a human chain to rescue family caught in the rip current. So this
not a beer thing.
This is not. No, we're out of beer news now.
Ah, really? There was only that.
It was two things. It had 2 beer current events. How many do you want?
I could talk about beer all day.
If you think another one, you can let me know. So now we're getting into like non-beer related stuff.
All right. So now I'm gonna just be like, yeah.
I'm trying to get this fucking video to play. It's not.
I thought that said human centipede. Beachgoers make a human centipede.
That's essentially what they did.
So they glued each other's ass to mouth on the whole thing?
They didn't. Yeah, so this family got caught in the rip current, right?
Right.
So we'll let the video play.
People came together at Panama City Beach to save a family from drowning. They've been caught in a rip current. This all started when 2 boys got trapped in the current.
You see, they formed like a human chain. Now, they didn't have to go ass to mouth, but they chose to anyways. And frankly, I commend
Yo, and you know what? To be honest, that's scary. Because if you've ever gotten into a riptide, dude,
have you?
No, because if you see where the water turns like white and stuff and it looks bubbly, don't go in there.
So I don't know enough about
these
sort of things. Yeah, they're Trump. So this family got caught in the rip current.
Get
right?
out of here, Trump.
Get out of here, Trump.
Done, Trump Jr.
Done with you.
So the biggest thing is that you shouldn't swim out far. Like my thing. So whenever I go to a beach in an ocean. So I've seen Jaws. I know how that shit goes. Somebody's on the rag and that fucking shark comes out from nowhere. Done.
It's like, hey girl, what's your
filet mignon. Yeah, I don't think
shark just starts eating her out. Where's that movie?
Yeah, right, dude. Make a million. We had Jaws the porno. Yeah. Well, my thing is it's like, dude. I was always told that if there's a bunch of people, so let's say there's 50 people out, never go past the person that's the furthest out.
Because they're the first. Yeah,
they're the first.
It's like when you're getting chased by a bear, you don't have to be faster than the bear. You just have to be faster
than the person next to you.
Yeah.
And same with a zombie apocalypse that ever happened. I'd be looking for the biggest tunas around me.
The fattest and chubbiest guy.
Be like, yep, I can outrun this. I'm good.
So I just thought that I just have so many questions with this. Like, you think it would take longer for them to form
a chain
than it would be for a lifeguard to like run out in like a skidoo or something?
Well, I know a lot of those lifeguards have like those things, the red like safety things, and they have on the back of those the SOS life preserver things.
Yeah, but they're pretty far out, so I don't think you could throw that out. I mean, they're almost like. They gotta be like 50 meters out.
Why would you have gone that far? That's just seems,
and it was a whole family too.
That just seems like a Castaway. Next thing you know, you're going to be with Tom Hanks.
Did they just throw him like a volleyball?
Shit. Yeah, Wilson.
I just thought this is uncharacteristically like cooperative of. Floridians.
I will tell you, at least this gives faith in humanity. There was a bunch.
Gives me faith in Florida, which I haven't had in a long time.
Yeah, right.
So kudos to them.
So like that's the biggest thing is like all these people like tag together to do that. You're like, God bless you guys.
God bless you.
God bless you.
All right, next up we got handcuffed man proposes during felony arrest. So this guy's getting arrested.
Most people who get arrested make a request to call a lawyer.
He had 6 felony warrants. Not sex felonies. He's getting arrested. He's like, can I get my ring?
Police in Oklahoma showed up to arrest Brandon Thompson, who had 6.
Woo! Is that Snoop Dogg's cousin? Damn. He looks like Snoop Dogg, a young one. Take a look at
Yeah,
him.
he does.
Gin and juice and prison wine. Sipping on prison wine. Laid back.
Like he gets down on his hands and knees.
Moment before they took him to jail.
Caught on body cam.
Got down on one knee to propose.
Got down on one knee.
She said yes.
She said yes.
And what's really funny about this situation is like he knows he's going for like 15, 20 years and he's like, I just gotta outlive this. Like, could you
I'm planting this
imagine?
fuck now before I get carried away.
For a felony conviction.
It's like, I'm going to get married in prison as well, so
Yeah.
I've seen Orange is the New
By
Black.
the
You
way,
don't
I'm
want
polyamorous
that.
now.
Not, but at least now they have a
So, you know, like,
That is,
don't let anyone ever tell you that true love doesn't exist.
yeah, right.
inside a
That's crazy though. Like, I guess like if you love the, and you're like, damn, this shit's happening for real right now.
Do
I
you think
need
he
you.
planned
to
it,
get
or do you
that.
think it was because he said he
Yeah.
had a ring?
No, he probably was going to do something. It was probably in his back pocket or somewhere. He was going to do something,
Like, I'm
and then
finna,
he's
I'm
like,
finna get scooped up any
"Shit."
minute now. I better have.
Yeah, I'm going to get
this.
scooped up. Them Po9 are around me. I know it.
You can't arrest me if I'm married, right? And they're like,
No, we can arrest you even further.
So hashtag still a better love story than Twilight. All right. So this is luckiest teen in the world wins lottery twice in one
No,
week.
do we really have to watch this? Because that really pisses me off.
Yep.
Changed their lives forever. This 19-year-old, Rosa Dominguez, took a piece of that American dream home with her. When she
Two?
won prizes are not just one, but 2 different scratchers. And she did it all in under a week.
What'd she
See?
win?
It's American
How
Dream.
much?
More than $655,000.
Woo! Yeah, boy.
Her first ticket
Get that money.
to Eagle Energy gas station in Paso Robles, California, which won her $555,000. Dominguez told law
Can you imagine?
officials that when she realized she had won, I was so nervous I just wanted to cry. And just a few days later, she picked up a single scratcher at a Valero gas.
So you're just like, I won $500.
double down
Might as well throw some money.
According to the California State Lottery,
Yes, she
Dominguez
won
plans
again.
on shopping and buying herself a new car with her winnings.
Can you imagine all the people that are watching this that are
They're just pissed off right now. Yeah, I'm
or
pissed off
people that are
right
like,
now.
I should probably go out and buy like a Powerball lottery ticket.
Dude,
Like
one
the last 150 that I bought didn't work
didn't
out for
pay
me.
off, but if I do this one, it's got
This little immigrant girl.
So
won
let's
$500,000.
yeah. So let's
The
talk
American
about
dream.
that. That really pisses me off because I played enough lottery. I'm not saying like I'm a gambler or anything,
You scratch a few tickets.
but I've scratched a couple.
You played a few games of Fruit Wheel.
7. Oh yeah, Fruit Wheel's my jam, dude. But yeah, but that's not lottery. That's gambling. That is going to a casino and playing the old odds. Where this is, I just went in because I needed to get me a pack of cigarettes
Yeah.
and my nice Hurricane malt liquor, and then boom, done. I'm a millionaire like crazy.
Does it make you want to go out and buy more lottery
No,
tickets?
this makes me want to cry.
That's good.
Good luck to her though. I'm glad. But the would suck. What if she took all that winnings and she's like, it happened
Like,
twice already. Why would
I wonder how many more tickets she's going to buy now.
She just burns it all
Or
and
just go to the
nothing.
casino and put it all in black. Like, fuck it, I'm feeling lucky.
And then it's like, wah, wah.
See ya.
And then she's like,
All right, and then I don't know if this is an actual story. This is just a golfer getting chased off by a pissed off moose. All right, baby break. Baby break.
all right, let's try
So I don't know
it.
if this is a news story. This is just a guy running away from a pissed off moose. I just thought it was funny.
The man can be seen running around as he tried to
Look at him. He's trying to duck the moose behind that tree.
behind a tree. The man finally got away.
That moose isn't pissed off. That moose is in mating season.
Oh yeah. He's not upset. He's horny.
He's like, I'm gonna get
Give me
my.
that.
Here's my moose
I
dick.
like that bald spot. That's a small moose too. Trump, get out of
Why
here.
is Don Jr.?
Get out of here.
All right.
All right, I think we're ready to wrap this up. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching.
Yeah,
If you
thanks.
enjoyed this, let us know in the comments. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to find the audio version of this podcast, you can find it on iTunes, SoundCloud, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
See you next episode.
See you guys.